Now, listen to this technology. Now, sometimes we talk about self-driving cars. Chris Demm says go for it.
Bring them on. I don't trust Americans.
He doesn't trust human beings.
I don't trust humans
to drive the cars. This is something new. It's not out there yet, but Ford has applied for a patent for their future automobiles, Fords, okay? The patent has been submitted to the patent office. They are vehicles that in the future, it's a smart vehicle, of course. They would be brand new. And when you miss a certain amount of payments, they just repossess themselves. They just drive themselves to the
They leave?
They leave. They literally drive themselves back to the dealership or to an impound lot, and you wake up and they're gone, and you don't have to have anybody do it for you. They just start the car and go.
Does that come standard, or is that an option?
That is standard on the vehicle, and that literally it would be a self-driving vehicle. So and it would know, okay, you've missed 3 payments, so the car's gone. The car is repossessed.
You think somebody really bright's going to steal more cars that way too? That can. I mean, if you've got it's all computers.
Somebody hack into it.
Yeah.
Figure it out how to drive. Maybe.
You think.
Those hackers, they do everything.
Yeah.
If you can figure that kind of stuff out, it's just like the world's your oyster. You can go. You're right. You can go and steal anything. But when I read that, I thought, my God, I never even considered it. Just drives itself back, and you don't own it anymore. It's been repossessed.
I wonder if there's a certain vehicle type, make, model that is repossessed the most. What people buy and then can't keep the payments up, or if it's just totally random.
I'll bet it's
it's a sports car, like a Corvette or a Dodge
big
Challenger
trucks.
or big truck.
Interesting
giant
question.
trucks or those Challengers. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. There's who's the lead singer of Maroon 5? Adam Levine. You see his thing. This is another one we can talk about with Lisa Lanier. You see this? Yeah.
I've not seen his thing.
This thing is
a thing.
It's interesting. He says he got ripped off. He did a vehicle swap in 2021 with a guy named Rick Cole. This is Adam Levine of Maroon 5. He gave Cole 2 cars worth about $1 million, and in return, Cole gave him a 1971 Maserati 4.9-liter Spider that is supposedly worth over $1 million. Only 25 of these were ever made, and they're worth just over $1 million. But Adam has now found out, at least he claims, that it's not real. And he had it looked at by an expert, and they said, oh, no, this is not the Maserati.
Was it one of those kit cars?
It's something like that,
Basically, it's from what my understanding is, this guy kind of pieced this thing together.
And so now he's suing because he gave up 2 actual vehicles worth about $1 million in just a trade. And so Adam Levine is not happy, as you can imagine. And this guy ghosted him. He can't find him.
Yeah, well,
of course he did.
You didn't get it checked before you did the trade? Don't you take them and get them appraised at least?
Well, I'm someone who's fallen victim to a hacker and not checked
sometimes
things.
people are very, they inspire confidence. They're called con men.
They're con men.
Oh, and there's plenty of fools out there, too.
Victims.
Marks.
Targets.
Victims. There are victims of these crimes.
Well, you can spray paint it any way you want.
All right. We never...
Just like I am the car that I bought from you. Stole from you.
Okay. We never, ever blame the victim, do we?
Right.
We never
what's the Latin term, Demm, when you get
caveat emptor?
Yeah.
You can caveat emptor me all you want. You cannot blame a victim, whether it be an agricultural crime or an automechanical crime.
You didn't caveat it.
Whatever it might be, you simply can. I'm speaking from the rooftops now for victims like me and Adam Levine.
Especially when you're trading that stuff, you've got to go get it appraised.
I would think, yeah. If this guy says this car is worth $1 million, but he may have had papers that may have been forged.
Oh well, that's all crooked then.
I mean, how else? How else would you have
verify
taken the value?
That's right. That's a good question. Maybe Biggie's read more about it. Do you think the guy had paperwork that showed it's worth $1 million when really it wasn't? He had forged all that stuff.
I don't know. The guy's claiming, I guess he got taken too. I guess.
Oh, the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if you're Adam Levine, if you're somebody like him who is so rich, maybe you don't think about it as much. Maybe it's like to him trading 2 Matchbox cars.
And my understanding is this guy is one of those like car dealer to the stars type guys where he does this.
Maybe
so
he
I
was
think
trusted.
His reputation, I think, was trusted.
Well, the fact that he's disappeared makes him look very shady.
Yeah. Well, Adam said I called him and he didn't call me back. Now.
Yeah.
So now he's taking him to court.
Maybe it just says potential spam on his phone. I get that a lot.
Yeah, you do get potential spam.
Maybe that's right. I thought my my dishwasher folks were ghosting me, but it turns out it was just they were out of town. So
Yeah. Okay, good.
I mean, but they're working with me, to get me a new dishwasher.
How's your subflooring?
Still the same. It'll all be done in April, but right now it just sits as is.
Can't do nothing,
All the work is being or will be done in 1 week in April. New flooring, new island, new kitchen island, all of it. New dishwasher.
I thought about you the other day, Kelly. I was watching an older movie. Alec Baldwin's in it, and William H. Macy. The Cooler, set in Vegas.
Oh, I like that movie.
Great, love
movie.
it.
Yeah.
It's really it's a dark little picture about
Yeah.
the old school Vegas meeting new school Vegas. Alec Baldwin's an old school Vegas guy. He likes casinos run his way, and if you cheat, he'll break your kneecap.
Yeah.
He'll break your fingers.
And William H. Macy is known as the Cooler because if somebody's on a hot streak at the blackjack table,
He jinxes you.
He'll stand beside you and jinx you.
Those people are real.
Do you think that's real?
I know one.
You
know a cooler?
You know a cooler?
I know a cooler.
Is he in this room?
What?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Has that bad of luck?
yeah. Well, I've seen.
I think I know one too.
Yeah.
That's really bad luck.
Yes.
Everything he touches
and
turns bad.
And I saw it firsthand. I was many years ago when I went to Vegas with a group of friends.
Yeah.
One of my best friends in the world. It's his brother. Mm-hmm. And he was the cooler. It was nothing like.
Yeah.
We'd be playing like
So things were
craps.
going great until this guy shows?
Exactly. So we were like, we'd be playing craps, and he would come up and be like, "Hey, I was at the buffet," and literally be like, "Crap out." And my best friend, I've never seen. We've been friends for 20 years now, and I've never seen him so angry or violent towards his brother. Started walking towards us, and he was on a heater, and I mean a heater.
Yeah.
And he turned to me and grabbed my shirt, and he said, "You keep that son of a bitch."
That's his brother.
That's his own
That's
brother.
your brother you're talking about
Yeah,
there.
and I mean, it was every time he would just brush by, be like, "Hey, I think I'm going to walk to the crap out."
New shooter.
It's a real thing. What? What happened? It's a real thing, you think?
It is a real thing. Anytime he was around, no matter what we were playing, if we were playing blackjack, house would hit blackjack.
Oh,
yeah.
no kidding. Really?
Yeah.
And so why did you think of me?
Because in the movie, the William H. Macy character and the Alec Baldwin character, I think they became friends when they were young men working Atlantic City.
Right, yeah.
And like the Carney circuit, that kind of thing. And Macy explains to the love interest in the picture, and he said that he would always walk up to somebody and he'd put chalk on his hand. If they'd find some rube from the city or from the country coming to play the big city games in the carnival, Atlantic City, what have you, Macy's character would put some chalk on his hand and tap him on the back or tap him on the shoulder, meaning he was marked.
He's marked. Is that how that got
So
it?
all the carnies would say that guy's a mark because he's been marked. And I didn't know if that was legit or not, but I love the story.
Yeah, that's good.
That may be real. That may be
you
how
look
that
for
started.
the chalk mark on a shoulder.
That may be how that started. Recently, I had a list of how words got their meaning, how phrases got their meaning. That beats all of them. That was that's a really good one.
Well, I can't 100% vouch for it, but I love it.
No, it very well could be.
What words getting meanings? What were you reading about?
Were you not in here when I did that?
Did you just space out?
What words?
That look on your face now. That's,
What words?
I've still got it in the stack here. I've got it on the grid. There's still more of them. But I thought it was a big turd. So, I mean, I guess.
Well,
it was,
caveat emptor.
I thought it was so not memorable that I just wasn't going to bring it up.
Clearly it wasn't.
Yeah, Dave was